So it's ocean nail time. And of course, I had to go all out and make something totally over the top and not exactly wearable, not exactly functional. And Kerri is just at the start of her nail journey. And so she's also going to do a set of ocean nails, but it's just going to be simplified. So with Kerri being a beginner, she's going to do her set of ocean nails using a lot of the same products. We're just going to do a much more simplified version, something that she can wear every day before the summer is all finished. So first things first is learning how to use magnet polishes. This is a new thing for you. So I will show you on the sample.
All right. And this is a new thing for me. I've never done cat eye.
Yeah, so we can use a cat eye magnet polish.
Is that the same thing, cat eye magnet?
Yeah,
magnet, cat eye?
Same thing. Yep. Yeah, they're same. They're just different words. They are a magnetic polish. They've just been labeled cat eyes because originally when they started doing magnetic polishes, it was basically always this same effect that looked like a cat eye, right?
Yeah.
The eyes of a cat. And it just kind of stuck and we just kept going with that forever. So our nail tip has been prepped and primed. So we're all ready and sticky and set to go. So what we're going to do is take this beautiful like aquamarine magnetic gel polish from F-Gel and we're going to put down a layer, and you want to be using a very substantial layer. Not that you need it to be like super hella thick layer, but you do need an ample amount, more so than say if you were using a cream polish or just a typical syrup, because we need to be able to manipulate those magnet particles in there. And that's what it is. It's a gel color with magnet particles suspended in it, just in case. Okay. Yeah. So what I typically do, and everybody does their gel different, is a lot of times if I want to build that color, do you see how see-through that is?
Yeah.
Like it's very, very clear, very sheer. So I typically want more color in the background, right? So a lot of times what I will do is I'll remove the magnet, and that's just by going underneath.
Okay.
And do you see how now you've got like a pure jelly color?
Yeah.
But you don't have that magnetic look to much of it, right?
Yeah.
There might be a little hint of it in there somewhere sometimes, but for the most part, it's just a nice translucent jelly color, right? So that's starting to build your base color. And then when you go in with your next layers, you can do your magnet, but it won't be clear see-through on parts, right? Does that work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cure that. Now that we're cured out of the light, we're gonna go in with another coat. And you can do this as many times as you want to build up that color if you need to, or like one or two more coats, but actually using the magnet. Just depends on what look that you're going for. And what we're trying to do here is get a wave idea going, just like I did in mine. Man, I wish I'd used this color. I don't know how I really messed that up. I love this color. This is the color I love. This looks like Ariel. It's so sunshiny. Okay. Or it's so seaside. Seaside.
Yeah. It's like seawater. Ooh,
yeah,
I can see the frost from over here.
So what we do is we take our magnet, and you just have to angle it until you see where you want the frosties, whatever you call it. Now, because of the type of pattern that we're trying to do, basically what we want is the entire nail like lit up, if that makes sense. So I typically do what I call exciting the magnet particles by just, getting them to start reacting really well. And then you just shift the magnet, and it's going to depend on what kind of magnet you're using and the angles you're at. But there, from my light, now I don't know about from your light, but from mine, we have a perfect gleam across the whole top of the nail. Okay.
You just pointed towards me just a tad. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
I see.
So as I shift it, you can see top to bottom. Like, yeah, it has to move to get that whole magnetic look, but it's there when you shift it. The whole thing has that, right? Mm-hmm. So then I've got this janky little.
It's not janky. You made that. That's so cool.
Oh my!
It works like.
Ma, look what I made.
It works like a charm, though.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's constantly trying to suck the magnets back onto each other, and I'm constantly having to read it. No, it does not work well, but it is what it is, and it's what we've got.
Well, it works good for this.
So this is going to be probably somewhat frustrating for you, possibly, maybe. We'll see, because I was finding it frustrating on a flat piece of backing. Oh, but it's not going to be a problem on here. So we're just going to take this, and those little discs are going to make different movements all over the nail. and we're just going to randomly put it in places. And it's going to make little wibbly wobbly movements. You see that?
Yes.
Okay. So that's looking kind of cool. Now, yes, I would like more little movements than that. But if I try doing it right now and keep doing more,
it's going to mess up what you already did.
Yeah, shift the rest of them, and then you're kind of losing stuff. And the more you mess with it, the more you lose. And then you'll have to pull out your big magnet and shift it all over again, right? Because as it keeps pushing the magnet particles around, it keeps messing with them, and then they kind of, I don't know how to explain it. I'm going to cure this before
So you got to cure that.
So we want to cure this quickly, because not all magnetic polishes, but a lot of them, the longer this sits, the more it starts settling. Yeah, and the particles start spreading out and losing your whatever look you're going for.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. So the more you mess with it, it's like it pushes the magnet down underneath the layers of gel, I guess is kind of the way to think of it. And so sometimes you mess with it so much that you've now pushed all the magnet away, and you got to start over because you can't bring it back to the surface, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And which is not a big deal. You just grab your magnet and excite them again. There are some gels out there that the magnet won't come back to the surface that way. And if that's the case, again, not a big deal. You grab your polish, and it doesn't have to have any polish on the brush. You wipe it clean. You just have to swipe over it again to reset it. It's called resetting the magnet. But a lot of the way better magnetic polishes these days, you don't even need to reset with the polish. You can just use your magnet, and your magnet will bring it right back up again, right? So what I always say is like, oh, if you're like, oh, I want more movement, that looks awesome, do another layer, right? So is that what you want to do? Yeah.
Just go like that towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very, very on the way there, eh? Let's do a little bit more.
Yeah, that's already showing us a really cool pattern movement.
That is so cool.
If you're looking for any more, you just go in with another layer. And because the reason you see a pattern is that the pattern is made by the magnetic lines. So the rest of the area is like a translucent jelly color. Yeah. So when you go in with another coat, with this particular, like with the more translucent jelly colors, maybe not if you have a really dense dark color, but with most translucent jelly colors, even now that I've layered it over, I can still see that pattern underneath. Can you see it?
Yeah, I was going to ask
very light,
you.
Very light, but even the camera is picking up a little bit of that pattern underneath still, right? So we do our whole process again.
And you have to reset every layer, like every layer has to be
magnetized.
Brought up to the surface like you were doing? Okay.
Every time you put a layer of polish on it, you have to bring that magnet up.
And it doesn't matter what's underneath. It doesn't matter that there's already... Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
No, because underneath has been cured.
Yeah.
And is now inert. There's nothing going on there. It's all cured.
Okay.
It's all done. Any of its movement is finished. Okay, so I brought it all up to the surface again. And now, see, my magnets have already shifted again.
Yeah.
Let's see what they'll do, though. They still may do a cool pattern. You never know what they're going to do. Really different this time.
Wow.
And so now it has the new pattern, but you can also still see that other pattern underneath, right? Because wherever the magnet spread away, it left a translucent jelly tone there, and so it picks up the magnet still from underneath. Okay?
I love it, yeah.
So we're going to cure that. All right, so there it is cured. And it's tough to pick up really well in the camera, but it has got layers of movement and colors in there. You don't get to see. Too bad. You get to see when you're doing it yourself. No. Okay, I'll let you look at it now.
Alrighty.
All right, now you're going to give this a try.
Is that too thin of a coat?
Nope, not at all.
And then I do this bad boy?
Yeah, then you take your magnet and you're going to pull it underneath. You see how the magnet reacts? Yeah, how the stuff reacts.
Oh, okay.
So you want to pull the magnet away. So you don't want no not the magnet. Sorry, yeah. You want to pull it out of the polish. So when you pull it underneath, it pulls the magnet.
So that's it, right?
Away.
That's what you wanted?
Turn your nail around. Do you see any magnety in it? No, I don't see magnety anywhere.
Okay.
Then you cure that.
Cure it.
Now, one thing I am going to say is we're going to switch from using this stand to this stand. It was totally fine when we pulled the magnet out of the polish, but because these have magnets under them, they can sometimes interfere. And especially, this is a plastic stand, but if you have a good metal stand, then you might not want to use that either, because it can interfere with what you're trying to get the magnet to do. And so then it's just a way bigger pain in the butt when you're fighting with it. Like your magnet often will still work. It just might be way more of a struggle than you need to try to make it work, right? Because it's fighting against something else. There you go. So this is just a pure plastic or acrylic stand. So there's not going to be any magnet interference with using that. So,
all right, another coat, right?
Yeah, another coat. So yeah, we end up doing 3 coats in total. Okay. So just like last time, you're going to get the magnet all excited. Now this time you don't want to pull it out of the nail or out of the polish. You want to move it quickly across the sides. Yeah. Do you see how it starts making it so bright?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means you've like got it all excited, because particles, I don't know, there's something about sciencey stuff that they get all excited. It's like heating them up. So then you move that magnet, and if you go along the side, I'll show you. If you go along the side, and then you go along the cuticle.
Yeah.
Do you see how it brought the magnet?
Yes.
See? So here it is over here, but if you just stay there, it's like a line on half of it, or kind of down the strip of the middle. But if you get it all excited, here it's really high in the middle. If you move it down, it starts going down a little bit, down the side of the nail to like the edge. And then you shift your magnet around, and then you're moving it to here. There you go. At my angle, at least. I don't know. I'm not the exact same angle as you.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, that's tricky, eh?
I'm at a different angle, so I'm not sure if you're seeing.
Oh, look what I did there. You see that?
Yeah, there's some excess.
Okay.
There. That's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Okay.
So here, let me look at it to see. So I was a little bit cockeyed because I was doing it from the side. From the side, yeah. Because I'm next to you over on the side. Plus your nail is at a wonky angle.
Yep.
So not that that's a big deal, but when you're starting out, that can make it a little bit more of a struggle for you. Because like you're not working with a flat kind of surface, right? Well, not that you are, it's a curved surface, but like you're trying to get your angles on something crooked, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. So with what I just said, you try it again, if that makes sense to you. Because you want to see it straight on the nail, right? And I was coming from like the far right of the nail or wherever I am.
Oh.
Yeah, right? You see it working out? So you bring it up. Yep. And then, yeah. And then you shift it over to the side. Yeah. And then if you pull back, go really slow. Did it move?
I don't think so. I think it's...
Is it centered?
I think so. That's why I was like, oh my God, I got it.
Are you feeling it? Yeah.
I think it is centered. Yeah.
And again, what we're doing here, it doesn't have to be perfect by any stretch, right? As long as you got some good magnetic coverage going on there, right? Like you just don't want like all of it off in one corner and, you know.
Oh yeah, it's centered. Look, I couldn't tell in real time, but look on the...
When you shift it all around.
Yeah. Okay.
I can see it. So now comes the even harder part. Now you're going to use this wonky little magnet.
I'm afraid to like put it anywhere because it's a magnet and I don't want to...
So now you're going to use this wonky little guy.
Yeah.
We got to get that bead one to make it easier for you and for me. And you're just going to put it as close to the nail as you can without touching it in different spots and kind of shift it because you don't want it the exact same because it'll stamp the same pattern everywhere.
Yeah.
You want a pattern and then kind of turn it a different way pattern, right?
Okay.
To get all different angles. And it's up to you whether you start in the middle, the corner, the whatever.
Oh, I did a flower by accident. I think I did it too. Oh, no, not a flower, but...
Yeah, kind of just because of the way the little discs are shaped there. And if you do touch it, it's not a big deal. It's just a bit of a pain for you to have to like, fix it and recoat again. And remember, we're going to do another layer over top.
Yeah.
So even if you like the look a little bit and you're like, oh, a part of that is really cool, then the best thing you can do is cure it. And then it won't, and then when you do your next layer, you can get even more cool look. So you're going to cure now?
This is so cool. Yes, sorry. Yes, I decided I'm going to cure now.
Yeah, that's okay. I saw you like, oh, my precious. Basically, I think you're picking that, aren't you? There it goes.
Basically, I just saw all the design and then I was like, I better cure it because...
Yeah, some gel polishes, their particles start shifting really quickly.
Yeah.
And especially back in the day when we, like, oh my gosh, magnetic polishes have been out since I started, like 12 years ago. Right?
Really,
they were probably out well before then. I
thought Crackle was always the very first.
That one was a regular lacquer polish. You can still buy Crackle polish. It's really cool. But as far as gel polish, like magnetics came out way long ago. But they were not the magnetic polishes of today whatsoever. They very much had like one look to them. You had to put them over a black base. All these different things. Ooh. So back in the day, your magnetic polish, if you didn't cure like as fast as you possibly could, it would start spewing out all over the place and losing your image, whatever. Nowadays, a lot of gel polishes, they will stay. The magnet won't shift and you've got tons of time to play with it and do whatever you want. So
okay, so one more coat.
Yeah.
Right? How terrible is it that my nail is moving like all over the place? Is that a bad thing, do you think?
No, not in the grand scheme of things. It's probably making it a little bit harder for you. And again, the way I'm telling you to prep the magnet and stuff, that's just the way that I do it. There's lots of different ways that people, you know, get their magnets going. This is just like one of the most typical ways. And as you work with magnetic polishes more, you get a feel for like where you put the magnet and where it pulls everything.
I don't know if I did anything. I think it's too much to the right, maybe.
Okay, I feel that maybe you need to excite it more. Get a little more excited, so go start from
the
the side.
Can I do it on this side? Can I excite it from that side?
Yeah, you sure can. You just might find it harder to do.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're trying. Switch hands.
Oh.
Because
that's smart.
You do want to get movement, right? I find, now, again, I could be wrong. I'm not into science of magnets. I don't know. But in my experience with the amount of magnet polish I've used, I find that a quicker flipping motion brings the magnet up way faster and stronger, right? As opposed to just like kind of moving it around it. And what you're doing right now, you might be going down too low.
Okay.
And the other thing is when you go under the nail, it typically just pulls the magnet out. So then you're not seeing it very well. So if you go too deep under the nail, you might be removing the magnet look, right?
Yes.
Oh, but I feel like I see it.
Yeah. Do you think it's there? Do you think I gotta...
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like you could probably get it a little stronger.
Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah.
So you see
that
when I'm
good.
doing this, watch what happens. If I'm up here and as I go down, see it draws it. Okay, for my angle, which is probably different than yours, it's right on the nail now. But if I keep going, see as it's going down, 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 and it's pulling it under, and now magnet's kind of gone, right? There's a little bit there. But, and again, it's all about the angles. We're sitting next to each other. And so what she's seeing and what I'm seeing are really kind of different because I'm on like the right side and she's in the center of the nail.
Yeah, I think that's about where, Cat eye is, you really, not, it's easy, but it's one of the ones where you gotta like... You
have to mess
with it a bit.
Yeah, and you really just have to get used to it, right? And,
it's
and
so
get a
cool,
feel
though.
for what it's doing. And like find your own way with it, really, right?
Yeah.
You just have to really play. It's one of the things that's kind of really fun because when it comes to magnet polish, for the most part, you really can't screw it up because like however it looks, it's cool unless you're trying to do something very specific. Now, what I would recommend, because you have a very distinctive like pattern right there, then shift the magnet to go somewhere else to do something different somewhere else. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Yeah. So then just to enhance more patterns on it, move to an area that doesn't have a pattern already on it kind of thing.
I think I know.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
And again, you don't have to. You can layer over and over and over it. But you'll get more of a distinct look if you go to a section that didn't have pattern already. And depending on what look you're going for too, right? In this case, though, with water ripples, it's like, oh, try it somewhere different.
With water ripples, yeah, it's kind of hard, right?
Like, yeah, and it doesn't matter. They're totally abstract, right? It's water ripples. Really, we're just trying to get that look of movement. And cat eye polish does that so easily. Whether you're getting any kind of distinct pattern or not, just anything will make the shift look cool.
What do you think? I think I kind of lumped it.
Yeah, so it looks like kind of what you did was you took the magnetic away from the edges and pushed it all towards the center, which would be totally fine if that's what you wanted. But if you're like, I'm not sure if I like that idea.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a little bit darker on the edges just because you have some polish under there. So it's kind of giving you a false look.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not quite sure. So I would just go right in the center and go down, and it will push out some of that magnet, right?
Yeah, there we go.
There, so then it pushed some of it out.
All right, yeah.
Let's see what we can do at the very tip.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
I kind of almost did like a snake crocodile pattern, but
yeah, no, that's
but
cool.
If that looks okay to you, right? So you just don't. It's hard. It's not hard. It's just you got to not be shy and just try
finicky,
different things, right? Yeah. So you were going from all the edges, and it pushed all the magnet into the center, which would be totally fine. But it's like, oh, but now you feel like there's a concentration of magnet in the middle. Then push it into the middle, because what these do is they push the magnet particles away. So then it leaves a clear spot where the magnet was. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna cure. Yeah, I'm gonna pop her. Gonna pop her in, guys. Gonna pop her in.
So there you go. Look at those cool patterns on your nails.
How do I get the little underneath out?
Yeah, so if that's bugging you, well, like what I would say would be your best bet is when you go to decorate your nails, put something there.
Yeah.
And then, because if you have a little bit of darker spot there, it just kind of lends to the patterning, right? But if it's a kind of obvious part like that,
Yeah.
then it might be, oh, I want to get rid of it. But so what I would say is when you're doing your nails, always check for dark spots, and then just grab a something, whatever kind of tool you have. I have like dental picks that I use, but you can even just use you know, a brush, and you would just swipe under it and pull it out and clean it up so that you don't end up curing it, because now it's cured in there. Again, not a big deal. You'll just have to go in there with your file afterwards. So what would work really well is that little
the little wand one.
the wand thingy, right? That will go in there really well. Or if you happen to have an e-file, if you're doing these, then you would just go in there and do, just a little, just buzz it out with your e-file, and that'll be perfectly fine, right? But again, it's not far enough up the cuticle, I don't think, that it would interfere with putting it on your nails.
Either.
It's just if that bothers you that it's there, and you don't want to put an embellishment somewhere in that neighborhood, that kind of, you don't have to cover the whole thing. Even if you cover just one little section of it, then it'll lend to it being natural part of the pattern, right? So, but yeah, because like you look at it, there's lots of dark and light areas in all of them, right? And that's kind of the whole idea of doing it, right? So
yes, ma'am.
So there you go. So they're starting to come along really cool.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of getting the rest of them finished and doing some fancy embellishing. So we'll keep working on that. Okay. So now that Kerri's got a base of nails already and set, she is now going in and making a bunch of little charms, all kinds of beautiful little magnetic charms, so that we can turn around and beautifully decorate these ocean nails. How are you liking this charm building?
I love making the charms.
It's almost like doing like epoxy.
It is. It's so much fun.
Yeah, like those epoxy resin building things. Only look at, you have so many colors and things to use to do it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And they're so miniature. They're so teeny tiny. So yeah. Gonna make yourself a whole whack of beautiful charms here.
A whole slew.
And then we're gonna start embellishing your nails and getting them all prettied up. Okay, so now that you got your little guys all cured up, start popping out your charms, baby.
So you just ease off the edges like
just
like
like
a
you would
regular
expect.
mold, you would think?
Yeah. So just let them kind of deglove.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
And then in some cases you might need to pick at them. Yeah, find an edge. There you go, beauty. And all you're trying to do is make sure that you're not stabbing into the mold stuff, right? So that it doesn't damage it for next time. But that's pretty easy to avoid. Except for some that get super deep.
There's the little conch shell.
I should get you a little something to like.
Look how cute that is.
Put all your little babies into there.
Okay.
Store all your little babies.
Here, this one I'm really excited to see. So let's open this one next because I'm actually kind of excited for this one. Well, I'm excited for all of them, but this one is.
So you really want to see what you're doing. What's its done? Oh, that is pretty. Ooh, maybe I'll use something like that on mine.
It's like I used purple. I tried to use purple for the indents, and then woo! Holy smokes!
I drop all of them every single time I'm doing them.
There we go. Oh man,
it's so cool. Yeah. Quick, get him in the jar where he's safe. Hence the little jar.
Okay. Okay. The only other one I'm super excited about is this one because look, it has a purple. Oh.
Ooh, you put a little purple.
Put a little purple on.
Is that the one that had the star in it?
Yeah, it has a
so you made the star purple? Oh, yeah, good job.
See that?
Oh my goodness, it's so sweet.
And the color shift is, I don't know if you can see it, but
it's pretty cool.
I do think it's really cool.
All right, so we'll pop all the rest of them out.
Yeah.
Into your little jar. And then we will start decorating the nails. Now, do you have an idea of your composition? Do you have an idea of kind of, so that's what you're going to do next.
I kind of have an idea, I guess.
So what you're going to do next is take a look at your nails.
Okay.
Take a look at your charms, and you're going to kind of decide which ones you want to be where.
Well, let's start with the biggest one first. So my idea was kind of like, let's take this one. So my idea was kind of like a shell over here and then a shell over here, but obviously a smaller one. So like that shell could be up there in the corner, and then a smaller, like maybe this little one can be over here. And then I just thought maybe a little pearl metal ball embellishment.
There you go. Okay.
And that's about it. Like just kind of something simple like that, something beachy.
All right.
They're kind of stuck there. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay. So here we have a super thick gem gel. Okay. So it's going to come out.
And what do you use a brush with this?
Whatever
the
works.
dotting tool?
Yeah, like the dotting tool might be what works the best because we're working so small, right? But this stuff is really weird and stringy, right? So, yeah. There. Now, does it feel like there's full glue underneath?
I honestly can't tell, to be honest.
Don't worry.
It's easily moved if that.
Here, let me take a peek at it.
Yeah. I'm gonna do basically the same, I would say. Maybe I'll go on this side this time. Can do this little guy right here. I think I'm gonna put this little guy over here too.
Yeah.
Now I should put another dollop of
maybe a little bit, or even just smear some of the stuff that's already there. You know what I mean? Over onto the right edge. Because ideally we don't want a big lump of glue sticking out. Like this one didn't have any, so that's good. But that one, do you see how there's like glue around it? But that's okay, because at that point, because you did put so much, like put plenty there, we can now add in the little gems. Okay?
Yeah. Do you think that that's too far over to the side?
No.
Should I maybe put...
No, I don't think so.
No, you think that looks
I really
okay?
like that.
Okay.
And you were going to use...
the silver and the pearl.
These guys?
Yeah. And then you just like what, one by one?
Yep, you just kind of stick them in there.
Craziness because they're so small.
And put however many you want. And then if you feel like you have too many, then just like wipe them onto something like this, and you can use them for the next nail. And then if you want to add pearls, add the pearls. There you go. So just start dressing them up. These ones are pretty big, but
these ones are pretty small, eh?
Ooh, that's really pretty. And I would go in maybe with another pearl in like a smaller size, right?
Okay.
Maybe add in another one somewhere. Are they the same size? Nope, they're smaller. Okay, good. Yeah, so then you're like mixing your sizes.
I have an issue with forgetting not to
No, leave it in.
Grab the nail here. Here, I'm gonna... Can you see?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, I like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with it anymore.
You're all happy with that? Yeah. See that there's not like any big globs of glue that are like standing way out, because we're gonna still go in with a top coat over that. So any little bits of glue will be covered up in the top coat. It'll look great. So as long as there's not like a big honking piece that's like way set off from it, that is gonna look terrible. So there's your other one.
Yes. Okay.
And now you're gonna finish
with
putting
this
that
one.
up. Yep.
I'm going to put a starfish on there. Maybe this bad boy that I have right here already. Yeah, why not? I want like...
So you're gonna want just a little bit for the starfish. And then if you want, if you want to like kind of smoosh a little around the shell. But at the same time, if you're not going in with big pieces, we could always sink it into like the top coat too. I know, right?
Why did I do that?
It's okay, we can get that stuff off.
Okay.
That's why it's kind of a struggle with each, like when you do this stuff, you'll kind of get used to what works better for you, thick consistency or thin consistency or a mid viscosity or...
Okay, we're gonna go in right there. And then right about there. And then I'm gonna go in with some of these bad boys.
I feel like that might be a bit big.
You think so?
That's just me though.
What do I do? What do I do if I've already put it on there? It has glue on it.
Just put it aside, because you'll probably use it on a different nail.
Oh, he definitely has glue on him.
Yeah, that's okay. At the end of it all, if we decide he doesn't go anywhere, then I usually just wipe him down. And put
These little ones?
Yeah, going with the little one. Just because that starfish is so tiny and delicate that putting that pearl there was like overpowering it, right?
There's 3 here.
Yeah, you can do that.
Hold on, I'm gonna flip you guys down here.
And even if they're not like super glued in well, that's okay. Again, we're gonna go over top of the whole thing and kind of like encapsulate it. It'll be covered with a top coat to kind of keep it all nice in there.
There, I almost think that that's enough. Like, I don't think too much. Like, I don't want too much.
You don't want to feel too much. Now, what about your seashell? Do you want to leave that one just like
I
that?
was going to leave it. Do you think I should just wait? Maybe I'll put a little bit around it. Hold on. Because I could just put like 1 or 2 down here.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
What'd you do?
I didn't mean to convince you of something that you did.
No. It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
And the thing you are going to want to make sure of is that the stringiness that was on the nail gets
cleaned up.
Just so that when you're going to put in your top coat, you don't have like ridges and lumps and stuff.
Oh my God. Look how cute that looks.
So pretty. And when it's all glossy and top coated.
Okay.
So now look at the nail and check where those strings landed.
They're like, I can see them.
Yep.
They're all up there. So what do I do with that?
So you're going to want to take something, and that's going to depend on what you like, but you don't know what you like. So, okay, so that's a silicone tool with a little bit of acetone on it, and you're just going to go where those little sneakies are and kind of roll them off. Yeah, is it working?
Yeah.
There you go.
I think it's working.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be super cleaned off. We're top coating over it. You just don't want a giant lump. That's all. You don't want like a big snaky lump on there. So you just want to make sure whatever it is, it's smoothed out and it'll get covered up with the top coat. So no biggie.
Oh my God.
And when you're happy with them, cure them up. Throw them into cure and on to the next one.
All right. Whoa. So here's that one. Let's put this one in there. Oh my God.
See the excitement while you're making it? Oh my God. Oh my God.
All right. I'm going to take this real small beige guy here. And I'm just going to add him right there. I guess I'm going to have to add some stuff.
You don't have to. Nobody's got a gun to your head. I
have a gun to my head.
You can have some section, like, just because one shell has decorations all around it, sometimes it'll look good if the other one doesn't, or right? Like, it's just a balance. It's just
a balance. I just have to.
It's taking a look and being like, oh, yes, they all need decoration, or oh, sometimes they don't, or
get on there. I want you right there. Okay. No, stay. Oh, you. All right, stay.
All right, so now that you have all of your beautiful decorations done, the last step is to go in with our top coat, and we're going to want to use like a thick, right? So this is Crazy Top Standard. It's still quite a thick gel, and it's a no wipe, and it does really good for encapsulating and such like that. So you're going to take it and you're going to go in and you're going to kind of scrub it into all the little charm areas. And you want to make sure that you get some of it you want to in all the spaces in between all of your little caviar beads and your pearls and all that kind of stuff. And you want everything fully coated, including your pearls and your caviar beads, because the coatings will come off on those. Unlike if you're doing it, say, on top of a crystal. If it's an actual crystal, you don't want to cover the top of a crystal. You just want to cover around the base of it, because it will remove the crystal effect, the shinies of it, if it's a crystal. But none of these are. So we need to fully encapsulate kind of thing and make sure that everything is sealed all around the edges and our glossy top coat is over the top. But the only thing is we don't want to go too thick, because we don't want it to look like lumpy and bumpy. And you may want still a little bit of like contour around the shells and stuff, you know what I mean? So you, put some in there, scrub it all in, and then go in like with a good swiping motion to like take away any excess and stuff, so that it's not too thick and lumpy, if that makes sense. Because in some areas you still want a little bit of like high and low.
And I messed up right there. That's a good teaching moment.
What's that there?
There's a part of the glue that I didn't wipe off.
Ah, there you go.
Because now there's a bump there that I'm going to have to try to hide.
That's the bump I was talking about, right?
Yeah.
So you were like, oh, what do you do? You just have to try and make sure that that excess glue doesn't leave that kind of bumps. But again, these are ocean nails, right? So like, that's just a wave.
Yes, that's
right. That's just a wave under the water. In this case, it's pretty easy to hide that or just ignore that, right? And it would be, if you were really, really being fussy about it and you started going to top coat and you noticed it and it was really bothering you, you could go in with a file and just kind of remove that off a piece. I had to do that with one of my aquarium nails because I had a big, long, spiky piece sticking out of glue and I didn't notice it when I cured. So it's up to you.
I think that looks good.
Okay. All right. Pop it into cure.
Right.
What do you think?
I love them.
They turn out pretty cool,
Yeah,
eh?
they're so cool.
There's all that shifty magnet movement in the background of it.
Awesome. And they're so much fun to make.
And really quite simple, right? Once you got
once
you got the hang of like putting the glue on, once we found the proper glue and what worked best for you, they look super sweet.
They're awesome. Not too bad for someone who hasn't done any of this.
No, that was your first try for all of it. So first try for magnets, first try for, oh no, you did try making charms with me before, but just not ever putting them onto nails. And then you did all your little decor setups there for yourself. Those are so pretty. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, another one of the beginner series where we're trying out magnet gels and charms and all kinds of beautiful embellishments. This is a great way to do a much more simplified version of ocean nails and yet still have so many super pretties, but they are completely functional and super easy to wear. And even at this length, you could go way shorter if you wanted to and still pull that off and still be able to wear those for everyday use and not have any issues. All right, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here and checking out these videos. Of course, until next time, don't forget to love your nails. Bye.